How much of your time on this show, on Insatiable, on Being Patty, how much of that work opened doors for you internally to enable you to have these kinds of conversations that you're having on the podcast, you know, being around these people? Because they sound like conversations you've had for a long time, but obviously they're influenced by the experience you've had on this show.
Definitely. Yeah. And my kind of trick was always to like do enough in public to where people didn't realize like what I wasn't telling them, do you know? To just talk about my projects and like the coffee that I had and like this album that I like. And then no one knew that I was dealing with disordered eating or my mom was in chemo or whatever. Like all of these were my personal
Right.
and my kind of currency was to give things that that didn't touch my soul. So I certainly never expected to go into something in a way that really like cracked into those places. And what you realize is actually when you break into them and you kind of show your like guts a little bit, that lets the light in and that lets some of that tension out and that shame and that fear. And those are really, really dangerous things, shame and fear. And when you allow them to govern you, they will just hold you prisoner. And they'll lie to you. Like they'll tell you they're helping you, but they're lying. And to let the light in, it actually makes them kind of cower and takes their power away from them. And so in thinking that I was just trying to do Patty justice by knowing my firsthand experience and applying that to the authenticity and genuine nature of this girl, I actually ended up finding a lot of kind of healing and hope and courage. And it's funny because the show is so broad and wild and neon. Right. So then I think it's actually so important for us to all be very connected and grounded to these moments. And it can break your heart because it's at the end of the day, she has a good heart and she, like all of these people do, they're just making inadvisable choices.
Yeah.